really sad. I'm sorry for you.
Why?
Well, you know, your parents and all that, it must be really tough.
Oh yeah, I guess, but I mean, my imagination is like created for cancelling out negative stuff.
Sometimes I just don't get you, Anne.
Besides, it turned out for the better now, didn't it?
Well, yeah. But did Cuthberts just take you in like that?
Well, no, actually, there's another story that goes with that.
Oh, look at all these things I don't know about Anne.
Well, I can just tell you the story. I mean, I was in the foster home, and I was 17 years old, like I'm now. I don't know why I'm telling the story like this. Anyway, they told me, the paperback people told me that they found a family for me, one that would keep me until I was 18, so long term. And since I was already 17, it wasn't such a big commitment, so it was more likely to find someone for me for the long term. And they told me it was in the PE Island, and there was this family that just wanted to keep me forever. And I was so excited because, well, I was really excited to start the family thing again, like try the family thing again, because even though, well, you know,
That.
you never know. I mean, you could get your dream family, like I sort of did. And yeah, besides, I've heard all of these wonderful things about P Island. I mean, all the traveling shows are always promoting its immense beauty, so I was really hyped. So Matthew comes to pick me up from the train station. He was really late, like hours. It was ridiculous. I had already decided that if he wouldn't come on time, I mean if he wouldn't come at all, I would just climb the nearest cherry tree and sleep there, and that would have been so cool. I mean, I love cherry trees. Anyway, I was really glad when he did show up. And I think we became friends instantly. I mean, we chatted all the way from the station to Green Gables, or I did. But he didn't mind. He didn't mind that I was talking a lot. And I told him everything. Well, pretty much everything I told you right now, like about my family and stuff. And we just got along. We got along so well. I mean, he didn't mind that I talked a lot. And he was just so kind and, well, you know Matthew. It was just Matthew. And yeah, that was really cool. And all the while, I was just dumbfounded by the beauty of everything. That's when I named the Lake of Shining Waters, by the way. And I think there was a point where I mentioned something about being really happy that they wanted to keep me. And looking back, I can remember that Matthew was sort of squirming in his seat, but I didn't think anything of it. When we got to Green Gables, things started to go a little bit wrong.
By wrong, what do you mean wrong?
Well, the first thing Marilla did when I got in the door was she fixed me with this sharp look and said, "Where's the boy?"
What?
Yeah, and then Matthew would just, yeah, it was really awkward. But that was not the worst thing. Like, they were told from the foster home that they were getting a boy. There was some wires crossed, and they honestly thought that they were getting a boy from the foster home. But that was not the worst thing, because after that, Matthew looked at Marilla and whispered, as if I couldn't hear him because he was whispering, "She thinks she's staying."
Wait, you think you're staying, so they didn't keep you after? I mean, they kept you, but what?
Yeah, well, the thing is, they were told from the foster home that they were getting a 17-year-old boy for 2 weeks, just for 2 weeks, like a boy who was in between families, transferring between families and was staying with them for 2 weeks in between. And, well, obviously I wasn't one. So there was a situation there. Yeah, that was wild. I just started crying there and then. And Marilla was telling me to calm down and that crying wouldn't make it any better and Marilla-ish things like that.
Marilla
but
for you.
yeah, exactly. But I was crying my eyes out. I mean, I was being brought to my dream home just to be told that I couldn't stay. And it was devastating. And so somehow I just ended up in the room in the attic for the night, where I'm still staying. And Marilla and Matthew made some calls. And the foster home told them that they would find me another family, but it was better that I just I'd go back to the home because me and the Cuthberts got off to a bad start with this whole fiasco. So the next day Marilla starts driving me back to the home, and when we get there, there's this lady waiting for me. Not the social worker. The social worker was there, but there's this really sharp looking lady, like, very strict looking, like she looked like a, homeschool teacher, like a really strict Jane Eyre. That was a really bad reference. Anyway, and the first thing she says to me is, "So, do you know anything about taking care of children?" She didn't ask for my name. She didn't ask for my age. She said, "Do you have any experience in taking care of children?" And I said, "Yes, I helped around a lot in my former families." She's like, "Good, because I have 10. 10 children.
10 children.
And I just sort of froze because it was sort of obvious that she didn't really want me there. She just wanted someone to help out. I mean, I understand it's hard to take care of 10 kids, but I don't know if taking a foster kid is the answer. And that happens a lot. Like, I've heard a lot of stories like that. But anyway, then I can just feel Marilla's hand on my shoulder. And she says, "Well, that's all well and good, but we'll just take Anne home and we'll keep her for the 2 weeks like we agreed. And we'll see after that if we keep her." And we got to Green Gables. I stayed there for 2 weeks, and she said, "Well, me and Matthew have talked and we have decided," this is my Marilla accent apparently, this is my Marilla voice, "and we have decided that you can stay." And then she just closed the door and went away, and I started crying again because I got to stay in Green Gables. And I met you! It's all destiny. We will be the best friends anyone ever had, and I get to stay here, and it's all just... Well, being Anne of Green Gables is better than being Anne of nowhere in particular.
Being Anne of Green Gables is amazing, because then it would be just somebody else of Green Gables and I would be all by myself.
Yeah.
Well, not all by myself, but
all
endless.
by myself. Endless. I would be endless.
Endless.
Yeah.
Endless endlessness.
That's beautiful.